Let's go ahead and get started. I'm Molly. This is Strong and Steady. And we'll go ahead and we'll start with a little bit of movement before we visit the wall. So put your feet just a little wider than your hips, toes straight ahead. And then we're just going to get up nice and tall, get your tall posture. And then we're just going to do our hip circles. So we're going to start to just gradually take these hips around in a circle, one direction. And then each time go a little bit bigger. Add a little bit more of a hinge to the hip, a little bit more out to the side and to the other side. One more big hip circle going this direction. Good. Now let's reverse that. So you can start out small if you want to go this direction. You're going to feel stretching kind of on the inner thighs here, through the hips here, maybe even down into your calves and ankles. So let's make these a little bigger now. And one more biggest circle yet. All right, good. And come back to center. Bring your feet in about hip width distance apart. And let's take in a nice big deep breath as we reach up overhead. So just reach up nice and tall. Now exhale your breath and bring your arms down. We'll do it one more time. Nice big deep breath. Reach up. This time when you bring your arms down, bring them halfway. And you're going to stop right here. So your arms are bent 90 degrees. So it's kind of like a goalpost at the end of the football field. And we're going to anchor down through our feet. Do a little kneecap lift. So you're pulling up on your kneecaps, kind of pulling those thighs open just slightly. And then reaching up through the crown of the head to the sky. Now let's all squeeze the shoulder blades down and slightly back. So we're going down and back at the same time. And then taking a nice big deep breath as we press down and back. Look up. Now as you exhale, raise your arms up overhead. Let's do it again. Bring them down. Inhale, arms down. Squeeze. Exhale, arms up. One more time. Bring it down. This time, hold it. You're going to squeeze it back and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go ahead and press those palms out to the side. So you're pressing those palms. Keep them flexed. Press out like there's something coming in at you that you're trying to push out of the way. And then add these little like shoulder circles. So you're just pressing out at the same time. You're doing this little itty bitty circles. Rolling through the shoulders, stiff arms all the way from shoulder to the palm of the hand. 4, 3, 2, let's go the other way. Rotate it back if you were going forwards or vice versa. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's shake it out. All right, now let's go ahead and just do some little finger. So it's like you're going to flick something away off your hands. Good. Now turn your palms up and open up your palms this way. So your palms are facing forward and then straighten out your arms. All right. Let's pull those elbows back in. Press your palms down. Straighten out your arms. Now this time we've got our arms nice and straight. Now you're going to take your arms down and back. Pressing back behind you with those arms and then look up to the sky. Inhale. Now when you exhale, let your arms come forward and flick them out again. Like you've got something on your hands, you're just flicking them out. All right, let's go ahead and visit the wall. So we're going to come to the wall, and this is exercise for core activation and for posture. So you can have your feet as close as 6 to 8 inches to the wall. It just means you won't have very much bend in your knee. If you want to strengthen your legs at the same time, bring your feet out a little further. Slide yourself down the wall a little bit. Just be sure that your knees do not go past mid-foot. So they need to kind of be stacked knees over ankles. And then you're going to press your low back into the wall right here. So your low back is snug up against the wall. And when we do that, we turn on these core muscles here. Your leg muscles should be working a little bit to keep you up there. And now we're going to just get our shoulders pressed back towards the wall. And I have to move my hair clip. There we go. So the shoulders are pressing towards the wall, low back's pressing into the wall. And now what I want you to do is I want you to think about keeping that low back pressed in the whole time, but breathe naturally. So that's part of the whole posture process, is to be able to get your core engaged, but keep breathing at the same time. So now that we're in this position, if your head's not on the wall, it's okay. Just keep looking straight ahead. And then take your elbows and press your elbows into the wall. So your whole back side of your upper arm is pressing into the wall. And you're going to make sure your low back is still pressing into the wall, looking straight ahead. Now put a little bit more pressure into your elbow and then revisit your low back. It's really easy to let go of that low back when you press in with the elbows. All right, let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release your arms, shake them out a little bit. Do those little finger flicks. And then take your hands out front, press your palms down and forward like this, and then straighten out your arms like we did earlier. Good. And bring them back up and flip them out one more time. All right, let's go ahead and take our elbows back into the wall. So we're pressing those elbows right alongside your rib cage, or as close to it as you can. Get your low back pressed in, re-engage those abs. And now see if you can get the backs of your hands to just kind of open up. You might not go very far, they might stop right about here, but you should be feeling some stretching across the front of your chest, the front of your arms. And we're just gonna press that open as wide as we can and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now straighten your arms out, like you're gonna look like a T. Your arms are straight out like we did earlier in class, but now we're just gonna keep our palms facing forward. Good. Press the backs of the hands into the wall now. Revisit your low back. Make sure it's pressed into the wall. All right. See if the back of your head can get any closer to the wall, but don't force it. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go into goalpost arms. If you can, bring your arms up. This is a challenge, so your arms may be out here. That's okay. Just work your arms back towards the wall. This is kind of like what we were doing in the standing position, but now we actually have a straight plumb line to measure to see how straight and tall we are. All right, so here we are. Let's press the backs of those arms close to the wall as you can get them. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your elbows down by your side and then press it back up. But we're going to go all the way up so we look like a Y. And then we're just going to do some wide W's and Y's. So you pull your arms down like your wide W, keeping the backs of the arms and hands as close to the wall as you can. Go back to your Y, press up. We're only going to do 3 more of these. Pull it down, make it really count. Nice wide W. Press it back up. And pull it back down. We got 2 more to go. Elbows pulling in, squeezing. Press it back up. All right, let's do it again. Pull it in, last one. And press it back up. All right, go ahead and bring your arms down, shake them out. And now we're gonna take the elbows and we're gonna walk our feet back up to a little bit closer to the wall, stand up taller. So now you're really only about 8 to 10 inches from the wall. So everybody needs to be closer to the wall. And then you're gonna take your elbows, press them into the wall, and we're gonna strengthen some muscles in our back. So what you wanna do is press the elbows so hard into the wall and lift your rear end off the wall. And then you're kind of pressing those elbows to get your back off the wall. And now the back of your head might reach the wall. If not, it's okay, just push into the elbows, pushing the hips forward, and then come back into the wall. Give yourself a little break here. Let's all try that again. So you're gonna press the elbows in so hard, and then you're gonna push your hips forward. You should feel some muscles in the back of your arms and the back of your shoulders kind of firing up. 3, 2, 1, let's bring it back down. Whew. 2 more of those, press it out. Press those hips forward, press those elbows into the wall. 3, 2, 1, bring it back. We got 1 more of those. And press it out. Elbows pressing into the wall. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your hips come back to the wall. And hands come down. Now you're gonna place your hands flat on the wall, inch forward, and then push yourself off the wall, come back up tall. All right. I do not need the heater on. All right, so now let's come back to where we started right here, where you have plenty of room to move around. So we're gonna shift our weight from foot to foot. Now we've warmed some things up, we've activated some muscles. Now we're gonna make sure we get our knees and ankles nice and mobilized. So we're just gonna tap it, shifting the weight just a little more each time. And then eventually, see if you can actually lift up. So now you're bending a knee, pushing up through the other leg, out to the side, lifting here. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's just take it side to side again. Now we're gonna add some arms. So swinging those arms side to side. And 4 more, 3, 2. See if you can add the leg lift at the same time. So it's just a little itty bitty leg lift to the side. All right, looks good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands back to the hips. Tap the toe down. Now lift your heel up and back. Now we're getting a little bit deeper into the knees, a little more into the quads and hamstrings. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2. Now add a reach and pull with this one. So you reach and pull. When you pull, squeeze those elbows down and back. Just like we did earlier, just like we do on the wall. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Hands back to the hips. Tap that toe back down. All right, let's set the heel right out front. So you're just steady out front, tapping it down. Tap, tap. 5 more. 4, 3. Now we're going to do the reach and pull this time. Bring it up about chest height. So pull and reach and reach. Squeezing those elbows back. 4, 3, 2. Hands back on the hips. And now we're going to lift the knee up in front, crossing it up in front of the body. So you're pressing the knee up, crossing in front of yourself. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to add the reach and pull from overhead and bring the elbow towards the knee. So now we're adding a little rotation to this. Good. Let's go for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Good. Let's start with like a little bit of a high knee march, but not as high as you can go. And then we're going to gradually get those arms going just a little bit bigger. Gradually getting our heart rate up. Now make it a high knee march where you're really lifting the knees. You might slow down the cadence a little bit. Get those knees up just a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go back to that toe tap. Swinging those arms. Now we're going to pick up the pace. Get the heart rate up. If you want to add the leg lift, it's here and here. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands on the hips. And heel lifts and back. Add the reach and pull right here. So it's pull and pull. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands on the hips. Back to the toe tap. And now heel out front. Add the reach and pull right here. So pull and pull. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands on the hips. Tap the toe. Side to side. Good. All right, now we're going to add the knee lift. So it's here, here, here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Add the reach and pull from overhead, right here. Cross it over with a little rotation. Pulling from the sky. Squeezing those elbows down. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to the side to side taps with the arms. All right, this time, take those arms a little higher. Add the leg lift if you like. Reaching those arms up and up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap it back down. Keep the arms moving. And now let's add the heel lift right here. And now we're going to add a bicep curl. So just bicep curl, heel lift in back. For 4, 3, 2. Now set your heel in front and now do a tricep kickback. So if you want to just get the legs first, at the arms you can. Just kicking those arms back without weights. for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift your knee and add the rotation. Good. And if you want to add the reach, you can, or you can just rotate through the core. 4, 3, 2. Let's march it out. Good job. You can even shake out your arms, shake out your hands, do the little flicks if you like. Good. All right. So now we're going to combine a few things. So we're going to revisit our swinging side to side. And then now what we're going to do, when we're coming to the right side, we're going to take a little step. So we go step together, step, but we're going to add this arm circle with it. So you're just stepping together, step. You don't have to add the arm circles to begin with. You could just put your hands down, get the feet first. So step together, step. Step together, step. If you're adding the arm circles, you can start to make them a little bigger here. And now you can even add a leg lift at the top right here. Lift, circle, lift. Good. Circle, lift. Couple more of these. One more each side, right here. Lift. Last one. Stay with the lift. Right here, just side to side. Add the bicep curl with the heel lift. Right here. Bicep curl, heels up and back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Heel out front. Kick it back with those arms. Kick, kick. So you're just pressing those palms behind you for 4, 3. Add the knee lift with the turn. Little rotation right here. Rotate, rotate. 5, 4, 3, 2. March it out. All right, let's go through all that one more time. And we're just going to start from the side to side step. We're going to add the leg lift. And then one more of those, then we're going to add our arm circle step together right here. And remember, you could just tap your toe. You don't have to do the leg lift. Let's do a few more of these. Lift and lift. All right, one more each side. And bring it back. And heel lift, bicep curl. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Heel out front, tricep kick back. Press, press. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift the knee, rotate elbow to knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's march it out. Good job, you guys. Shake out those hands, pick up your dumbbells. So we're going to keep the heart rate up if you like. If you'd rather not, you don't have to use the feet. But we're going to bring our palms facing forward for a few little bicep curls. And we're going to revisit that step together, tapping. And then we're going to do our bicep curl. So it's here and down. We just slow down the biceps to about half count. So you're down and up. There you go. Let's take it up and down for 5 and down and 4 and down, 3, down, 2. Now add that hamstring curl. So now you're lifting the legs, alternating. Don't try to make your arms go as fast as your legs. This is like one of those brain things where we're building new neural pathways in our brain too. For 5 and 4, 3. All right, 2. Last one, tap it down, weights to the side. Now we're going to do our triceps. So the triceps, we tap out the heel like this. Then we bring up our elbows and press it back. So we're pressing and in. So remember, it's every other one. So you're doing half count with the upper body, single counts with the lower body. Like I said, we're building some new neural pathways in the brain. For those of you that were dancers or have been exercising a long time, probably isn't that big of a challenge. All right, let's go for 4, 3, 2, And last one, arms down by your side, just go side to side with your legs, tapping the toe. Let those weights be heavy. Feeling the opening and the stretching through your shoulders, maybe all the way down through your arms. All right, now we're gonna bring our arms up 90-degree bend. So you've got those nice 90-degree elbow bends. And then we're gonna take the weights, go up and down, up and down. Take it up, take it down for 5 and down, 4 and 3 and 2. Now add a leg lift if you like, right here and here. Good. You don't have to add that leg lift if you don't want to. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Arms come down. Let's just do little marches with the feet. Shoulder rolls up and down. Let them just settle. Let the weights be heavy, just pulling down through the arm, stretching maybe all the way up into the neck. All right, so now you know what to expect. We're gonna do one more set of those. With the bicep curls, you can choose to use the weights. You can choose not to use the weights. So we're gonna take it back to the tap. Palms face front. Hamstring curl, bicep curl right here. So it's up and down. Remember, it's every other one. So you're going half as fast upper body. All right, looks good. Keep those elbows nice and tight. Pull inside your ribs. Don't let them pulling around. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Keeping your belly button pulled in towards your spine. 5 and 4 and 3, 2. Last one, tap it down. Arms stay down. Take your heel out front. Tap the heel. Turn your palms inward, elbows up, and press it back. So it's press and in. Press it. Bring it in. So from the side, it would look like this. You're pressing, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. So up and press. Up. Press 4 more. 4. Press. 3. Press. 2. Press 1 more. Arms come down, tap it side to side. Whew, good job. Now, elbows bend 90 degrees. Last set. So we're gonna lift it up and lower it down. Lift it, lower. Add the leg lift if you like. It's here and here. Here, you don't have to add this leg lift. You could just stay with the tap. Good. Whew. And up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And arms come down. Tap it side to side. Turn it into a little bit of a march. Shoulder roll. Last one. Make this one really nice and big and really let those weights pull those arms down. Reaching the crown of the head to the sky. 5, 4, deep breaths. 3, 2, last one. All right, let's go ahead and set one weight down, hanging on to one weight. We're gonna come alongside our chair. Have your chair handy. And we're gonna do what would be for your shoulders and for your core and for your hip all at the same time. These are one of my favorites, and you don't have to have a weight for this. You could do this without the weight. So we're gonna stand up nice and tall. First of all, get your really good tall posture, starting with the feet, grounding those feet into the earth, pulling up through the kneecaps, even feeling the arches of your feet kind of lifting up a little bit off the floor, pulling the navel in towards the spine. That means you're gonna engage through your glutes a little bit. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. And then take the outside leg, tap it out to the side, bring your weight right up to your shoulder. This first part is just a stretch. So we're gonna open this up, get the elbow high, toe pointed out, and then pull everything together on the side right here. So it's lateral. Then you open it up nice and wide, and then tap it in. And open it up. And tap it in, elbow towards knee. Now, the other thing to remember is the stabilizing hip, the one that's supporting you, you don't want it to sink out towards the chair. You want to keep that hip lifted up and over that ankle and the knee. So in other words, you're not letting your hip drop like that. You're keeping everything lifted up and extending open. Lift. We got 3 more. So 3, 2, last one. All right, keep your weight right on the shoulder, bring your feet back, side by side, standing up tall again. Taking the inside leg now, reaching it out and away laterally from your body, from the side. Elbow extends up nice and tall. So now you're feeling a diagonal stretch from elbow to toe. Get that nice stretch. Open it up just a little. All right, now let's close it. And you don't have to touch the elbow to the knee. You're just reaching the elbow and the knee towards the middle of your body, towards the center line. Curling it forward when you do. You're going to work these abdominal muscles. And if you want to add a little shoulder press, you don't have to do this, but you can press. And then bring it back in. Press. Now, when you press, make sure you bring that weight right back to the shoulder. Don't bring it out in front of you. Bring it right back to the shoulder, and you're just rotating the elbow. 4 more. Woo, 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Let's set the weight back down, bring it to your side, and we'll switch sides. So go to the other side of your chair, and stand up nice and tall alongside your chair. Feet straight ahead, and anchor down through both feet to begin with. Get your nice tall posture. The weight is now coming over to the other shoulder. And let's take the outside leg out. So you're going to get that nice extension all the way down through that toe, and then lift the elbow up and away. So now you're feeling this nice stretch across the side of that side of the body. Get that stretch first. All right, now let's close it up. So you bring it together and you open it up. Bring it together. Remember, we're not letting this hip sink, keeping it nice and tall, using those stabilizer muscles, using our obliques over here. And let's go for 6 more. Open it, close it. Open, close. Now we got 4 more. Open, close, and up. 3, 2, last one. Good, and set it down. That hip's probably feeling it a little bit because we've done both things on that side. Keep the weight right up there near your shoulder. Now we're going to take this inside leg, tap it out, get up nice and tall. So this is easy to sink. This is a sunken hip. That's not going to stabilize you. This, pulling that up, basically requires engaging through your glute, a little bit through your quad, definitely through your abdominals here. So elbows up, extend it up and away, and then we're going to pull the knee and the elbow towards the center line of the body, and then open it back up. So bring it back in, open it up. 2 more without pressing it overhead or out to the side. Last one. Now you can add the shoulder press on these if you did it on the other side and it doesn't hurt your shoulder. So you're pulling it in, pressing it up, pulling it in. If these bother your shoulder, please don't do them. Press, bring it in, and up, bring it in. 3 more. Pull it, press it. 2, last one. Press it up, and bring your weight right back down to your shoulder, feet together, arm comes down. Good. Let's go ahead and set your weight down. I'm going to grab a drink of water. We did more cardio than usual, so you may feel that you need some too. Grab some water. All right, so now we're going to pick up our resistance bands. So with your resistance bands, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can stay nice and close to your chair so that you can have a seat in the chair, or you can do them stabilizing yourself with your own legs. So we're going to first of all go into what would be like a goddess in yoga. So it's either considered horse or goddess. So you take your knees and your toes out at an angle, fairly wide, but not overly wide. Just make sure your toes and your knees are going the same direction. All right, then we're going to bend the knees down. So this is where we get into the goddess. So from the goddess, you're pushing open through the inner thighs. So you're actually engaging these muscles right up here in your glutes to try to get those knees to open up wider. And then that's going to turn on, if you're keeping your spine tall, you're going to turn on these abdominal muscles. Then we're going to take our band up overhead. So if you have issues with arms overhead, just do this out front, which means you would be doing it right from here. Those of you that don't, and you would like to do it this version, your arms will be up overhead, so you look like a Y with the arms. Now we're going to take it down lower with the legs, and then you're going to bend the elbows down, so now you're into a goddess. So for those of you that want to have a seat in the chair and not make your legs just burn, you can do that. Or you can stay here with us in our goddess. And we're going to press this band out. And then we're going to bring it back in. And we're going to stay in the goddess for 8 counts. So that was 8. This is 7. Bring it in. This is 6. You can come out of the goddess anytime you want. And there's 5. And here's 4. 3, we're almost there, press. And 2, 1 more of these. And guess what? We get to stand up. Relax your arms, shake out your legs a little bit. If that means rolling your ankle, do whatever it takes for you to feel like you're getting some relief in your legs. And we're going to revisit our goddess. And like we said, you could be having a seat in the chair. If you're sitting in the chair, you would just basically sit here like this and do the same exact thing. If your legs feel like they're ready to be done, that's what you'll do. But those of you that want to strengthen through your outer glute right here and the inner thigh here, then stick with me. We'll do 1 more set of these goddess. So feet wide, knees going out over the toes, same direction. And then we're going to go down into our goddess legs. Wait, the band will come right up into your Y. And pull a little bit, get a little resistance there in that, and then bring it down. So you kind of look like you're a goddess right here with those elbows bent as close to 90 degrees as you can get. Squeezing the glutes under, pulling in through the navel. Now press out the arms. Press straight, bring them back in. Keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears. Don't let your shoulders ride up. So that would look like this. Make sure you got those shoulders down. All right, we only got 5 more to go. Press it. Bring it in, squeeze those glutes, press through those heels, getting it right there in those glutes, triceps, if you're wondering, for the upper body. 2 more, bring it in, press it out. Woo, 1 more, bring it in, press it out, and relax your arms, come up tall, and you can shake out the arms this time or your legs, whatever you would like. Okay, so we're going to keep working the back, the arms, and the legs. But if you want to have a seat in your chair, you can. And what that's going to look like is we're going to go into what would be like a kind of a warrior pose here, where you have your knee going straight ahead that direction over towards the toe. This one is turned, so it's going 90 degrees away from this one. All right, so then we're going to take, you're going to hold the band a little bit closer. I might even just get this through my arm so it doesn't dangle all over, but you're only going to need about 2 feet between your bands now, okay? Maybe a little more if you have a super stiff band. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your arms out front, bend your knees. So this leg stays straight, this knee bends. Same idea applies here where you're pushing that knee open that direction. That's going to engage this glute. Pressing that edge of the heel down, you're engaging through your inner thigh and lots of different muscles through that other leg. So you've got your 2 feet between your hands here. You're going to raise up the front arm, the one that's closest to the front leg, and then you're going to press down with the other one. So we're going to press, and then we're going to come back up with this arm and press back down. All right, so bring it back up. You're bringing it right about to your chest, then you're pressing it back down. You're using this other arm for leverage. Bring it back up to chest. Press it back down. Let's do 2 more of those. Bring it up. Press it down. 1 more. Bring it up. Press it down. All right, now we're going to add some movement to this. So bring your hands back out front. And now we're going to do like a bow and arrow. So straighten out your knee. And then we're going to come forward. Shoot your bow. Bring it back. So it's the upper arm that moves this time. Press it. And you're breathing through that front leg. Press. Bring it back. And press. We only got 4 more. And press. And back. And press. Just 2 more. Press it out. Whew. Last one. Press it. Good. And bring your arm back in. Relax your arms and walk your feet back in towards each other, or just pivot to the other side. If you need a break through your legs, go ahead and shake out your legs, do whatever you need to do. And if you're needing to sit in the chair, it would look like this. You'd basically come and just set one hip in the chair like that. But if you're wanting to keep that other leg on the same strength level, then you're going to take it to the other side. This knee, you're pressing that knee out behind you, that direction, pressing the edge of this heel or foot down to the ground. So here we are, we're going to start out 2 feet between about, top arm stays stationary, lower arm comes to the chest, and then you press it down. And we're not using the legs yet, you're just coming up with the hand and pressing it down. The other arm just stays nice and straight. And you're using your tricep muscles, some posterior deltoid muscles in the back of the arm, just building up some strength for all the gardening you guys are going to do when the weather gets nice. All right, we got 4 more. Press it down and up. 3, press it down and up. And 2, and up. 1 more. All right, let's take a little break. Give your arms a little break. And now we're going to move through the legs, but this time we take the arms out front, the bottom arm comes down, and it stays straight right alongside kind of your thigh, outer thigh. The upper arm bends into the chest, then you press it up, and you're going to move forward with your knee. So you come back, and then move forward. You don't have to move forward with your leg if you don't want to, but you're just coming forward, pressing with that hand, moving forward and up. Bringing it back for 5 and 4. Really press through that heel of that leg that's out front. 3 and 2. Okay, 1 more. Press it and bring it back in. Good. Let's bring the band down in front. Bring your feet back to the front, and you can walk them in towards each other. However you want to get there, we're going to set the band aside and set the weights aside. So now we're going to work on our balance and posture. So if you would like, which is probably a good idea to take your shoes and socks off for any time we do balance, because then you can strengthen the arch muscles of your foot. And we're not picking up our sock today with our toes, but you can take your socks off. That way you can really engage through the soles of your feet down into your arches. So we're going to stand alongside the chair or whatever you're using for stability. And you're going to do that short foot exercise that we did on Friday. So short foot means you're actually standing up tall, but you're trying to bring the arch of your foot up by scrunching your feet, kind of like you have a long foot. And then all of a sudden you want to have a short foot. So see how my hand does that? This would be the arch of my foot right here. So you're going to go flat foot, and then you're going to do short foot. So you're pulling up, pressing the kind of the toe beds into the earth, and now flatten it back out. You do it again, short foot, pull everything up, squeeze up through the knees even, and now back down, relax it. Do 2 more, pull it up, pulling those arches up, lifting those kneecaps up, lower it back down 1 more time. Lift up, and pull the kneecaps, and now relax. All right, now let's just go ahead and do like little side-by-side kind of toe lifts. We're gonna go up and down, side by side, Now, what I want you to do is stand up nice and tall while you do this. Go nice and slow. See if you can maintain your balance without hanging on to anything. And then we're going to take and lift the right toes, leave the heel down, stand up nice and tall. Just get up as tall as you can. Now do the other side. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to walk forward a few steps on our heels. So you're going to lift, step forward, lift. You're just trying to take a few steps on your heels with your both toes lifted up. Hard to do, I'm falling over. Now see if you can go backwards that way. Whew, good. All the way back to where you started. All right, now let's go back to doing the alternating side by side. Lift and lower, other side, lift and lower. One more time, lift and lower, lift. Now we're going to lift the heels up. So now you come up with the heel, press into your toe bed of your foot, really press and feel that stretch in the back of your foot, kind of all the way down through the bottom, maybe into the arch. Set it down, do the other side. So you're lifting, press into that toe bed, lifting. All right, let's press it down again, alternate sides, bring up the other heel, press, bring it down. One more time, lift up through this one. All right, and set it down. Now we're going to try to walk on our toes forward. So if you need something to hang on to, just go near a wall or a countertop. But we're going to come up onto the toes and then see if you can take a few steps forward on your toes. So you're walking forward and then you're going to bring it back. So you can either turn around and walk back or you can try to walk backwards. Good. All right, and bring it back down. So for some single leg standing, we'll stand up nice and tall, and we're going to go into our clock. So you're going to be up nice and tall. So ground through the feet, pulling up through the kneecaps, kind of like you're spreading your legs apart slightly, engaging up here through the core so the navel comes up and in, the rib cage kind of knits together. Crown of the head just reaches like it's someone's got a string here to the sky. And now we're going to do our clock by taking the outside leg out, reaching it out front, stay up nice and tall. And now take it over to your quarter hour. You're going to take it back to your half hour. And then bring it back through center. If you can do it without tapping down, awesome. Come back out to 12 o'clock. Now go back out to your quarter hour. Tap your toe down at any time you need. Go back to your half hour. Bring it back through. Set your foot down. Let's switch sides. So we'll come to this side and stand up nice and tall, anchor everything into the earth, lifting up through the kneecaps, kind of pulling those legs apart slightly, engaging up through the core so your navel comes up and in, crown of the head's reaching for the sky, take that outside leg out, get your 12 o'clock position here, and then go over to your quarter hour, back to your half. Bring it back through center. See if you can do it without tapping it down. Good. Take it back out front. We're at 12 o'clock. You're out to your quarter hour. And back to your half. Good. Bring it back through center. Set it down. All right. So let's visit a tree on each leg and then we'll do some good stretching. So for your tree, you can have a chair near you, or some of you don't even need that. You're just going to stand up nice and tall, anchor everything down into the earth. We're going to start with the same leg we did on the other side, which will be lifting up with the right. So standing up tall, getting that same anchored sensation, crown of the head reaching for the sky. Lift up that outside leg here. Get everything up nice and tall, rotate it. And if you're ready, you can either set it here and just support yourself with a little tripod, or you can bring it right up to the inside of that calf, pressing that sole of the foot right into the inside of the calf, but never the knee. Hands can be at heart center, reaching the crown of the head up for the sky. All right, now if you'd like to, you could even grow some branches on your tree. So you will grow those branches out to the side. Some of you are so comfortable with this that you could even look up to the sky, and you could even close your eyes. Lifting up, looking up, holding here for about 5 counts. Remember to breathe naturally. And when you're ready, bring your hands back down to heart center and step it down. Good. We'll do the other side. So stand up nice and tall. And bend through that left knee now, rotating that leg out. You can either anchor your toe to the earth here with your little tripod, or you can bring your foot right up to the inside of that calf. All right, and when you're ready, you can grow some branches. You just work on working towards wherever you are now, just work on towards getting just to the next level. You don't have to push yourself today. You just to the level of like standing up with your eyes closed with your arms out. It's just a matter of, if you're tapping your toe down, gradually work on getting your foot up. If you're not closing your eyes and you've got your head up, gradually work on closing your eyes. All right, let's go for nice deep breaths for 4. Natural breaths, really. 3, 2. Last one, and when you're ready, you can bring your hands back to heart center and step it back down. Good, arms to the side. All right, so we're gonna stretch our hips. We did quite a bit of work for our hips and legs today, and on Friday, we're gonna have another day. We're gonna focus a lot on our hip hinge and squat and glutes, and a little bit more core. Today, we have a lot of upper body and some hips. So take the leg that is closest to your chair, set it behind the other leg, kind of off to the side. So you can see that it's kind of like I'm just crisscrossing my legs, but it's the leg closest to the chair that I have in back. And then I'm going to sink, like I'm just trying to let my hip sink over towards that chair while I let the arm just kind of dangle over here. Keep the chest straight ahead. So you don't want to sink towards the floor like that. You want to keep the chest lifted. And if this feels okay and you've got your hips sunk, you could even kind of rotate your shoulder and your chest up towards the sky a little bit. And then hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Now we're going to crisscross the legs the other direction. So you take the other leg. So now the outside leg is crisscrossing behind this one. And then you let this hip sink. Now I let you sink when we're stretching, but not when we're strengthening. So this time you get to let your hips sink outward. Then raise your arm up, reaching for the sky to begin with, keeping your chest up and lifted, not sinking towards the floor. And for some of you, this might be all the stretch you have and you want to give. And then others, you could actually maybe slightly lean a little more over towards the chair and rotate your chest up to the sky. Let's hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up, arm comes down. Let's go to the other side. So we'll start with the ones where we're allowing this leg, it's going to come behind you. And this is the hip that's going to sink. So you just stand up tall. You let this hip kind of sink over towards the chair. Chest stays straight ahead. You can bend that front knee. That's actually a good idea. You probably need to bend that one. But you let this arm just kind of dangle. And you just allow that hip to sink. And if you're here and you want a little bit deeper stretch into that hip, then you just pivot just slightly. So you're kind of rotating the shoulder and the chest up towards the sky. Holding there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up nice and tall. Switch your legs around. So now the outside leg is the one that crosses behind you. And stand up tall, arm comes up. Now you're going to let your hips sink out and away from the chair, bending through that front leg, back leg stays straight. So for some of you, this might be it. That stretch right through the hip and the waist. And others, you could go a little deeper and then rotate up towards the sky. That front knee is definitely bent if you're in it this deep. Let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back up tall. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead. Everybody come to the front edge of your seat. And we're gonna all do a nice slow chair squat. So standing in front of your seat, standing up tall, feet hip width distance apart. You can start with your hands at heart center. And we're just gonna hip hinge. So hip hinging just means we're bending right from the hip and that's it. Knees don't start bending yet. So you're just hip hinging forward. Now the weight shifts back into your heels. So see if your toes are light. You should be able to like play the piano with your toes. So your knees are still straight. You're just hinged forward. Chest is lifted, eyes are lifted. This is the beginning of a chair squat. Then you shift the weight behind you more into your heels. The knees start to soften. Your weight slowly starts to drop. I shouldn't say drop. It's a lowering slowly towards the chair. And you're going to do it as slow as you can. Keeping your chest lifted, eyes lifted, going nice and slow, managing and maintaining through these quadricep muscles, through the core here, through your upper back muscles, all that goes along with doing this position here. So hold it for about 4 more seconds with me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and lower yourself all the way into your seat. Head stays up, hands come to the front of the seat, scoot a little bit closer to the front so you just have your, basically your glutes on the chair. And we're going to sit up nice and tall and take your right leg out front with your toes going straight up to the sky. So they're flexed up towards the sky. Sitting up tall through the spine. That's always the way we start these stretches, is nice and tall from basically your tailbone to the crown of the head. Then you press your chest forward, just like we did the hip hinge standing. Now you're doing the hip hinge from a seated position. And you're going to lift those toes up towards the sky and see if you can sink your chest just a little more forward. All right, so you're pressing that chest forward, keeping the eyes looking kind of straight ahead. And then you're going to see how deep you can get from there. Nice big deep breath. Now on your exhale, you can go ahead and relax and let your head come down, let your back round forward. And you can even reach down for your toe if you like. And right here, just find some relaxation, but also some stretching in the back of that leg that's extended. And hold it for about 4 counts. Nice big deep breaths. And now go ahead and put your hand back on your thigh, because we're going to slowly roll up from the lower back, coming up with the head last. Let's switch feet. So we're going to do that same thing. We're going to go into a nice deep stretch on the back of this leg. So put your left leg out, start tall. We're hinging from the hip. We're pressing that chest forward. Toes are going to the sky. The toes are going up. Chest is pressing forward. So we're still pressing the chest, still keeping the eyes lifted, getting that nice tension, kind of just built up right through the back of that hamstring. Feel that stretch. Pull those toes a little higher. Taking a nice big deep breath. And on your exhale, go ahead and relax into it. You can fold over the leg now. Let your head be heavy. You can even reach for the toes if you'd like to. And 4 nice big deep breaths from here, relaxing into this. And 2 more. And last one. And then slowly from the lower back, just kind of gradually roll yourself back up with your neck and head coming up last. Good, and then sitting up nice and tall, feet back side by side. And we're going to go all the way to the back of the chair. So you're sitting in the back of the chair. Your weight's going to kind of just lean into the backrest of your seat. And we're going to do a little extra stretching for our arms. So take your arms out to the side, kind of like you've got your hands on your elbows on the wall like we were doing. So your elbows are pinned in, but you're pressing open right through here. So you're getting the backs of the hands to press open. And then we're going to straighten out the arms from there. So you straighten it out, pressing the backs of the hands now down and back. And go as far back as it's comfortable for you, and then look up to the sky, pressing the palms of those hands so they're going backwards. The backs of the hands are going towards each other. Hold it. And 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back forward. Head comes back. And now let's take one arm, bring it out front, and we're just going to stretch it out by pulling. See how that looks? You're just pulling back on those fingertips, straightening out that upper arm, the one that's being stretched. Good. And now release that. Do the other arm. So just pull back, right? It looks like that on the fingertips. Getting that arm straight. Should feel some stretching in a lot of different places. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, release. And now we're gonna take the right arm out front. So you're just gonna pull it across your body. Give yourself a little hug with just that one arm, pulling it into your chest. Just feeling that stretch across the back of the shoulder to begin with. And then you're gonna set your hand on your shoulder. And now you can kind of push a little bit with the hand on the elbow and pressing it up and back. Now you're going to feel the stretching here, so make sure it's comfortable for you. Some people can come up even higher, but it's fine to be able to do it this way, and you should feel the stretch right across here. All right, let's go for 3, 2, 1. Release that arm down. Take the other arm out, right across the chest. Put a little bit of pressure right here on the back of the arm. Lower the shoulder down. Make sure it's nice and low. Put that little bit of pressure right above the elbow, feeling that stretch first across the back of the shoulder. And then set your hand on your opposite shoulder, and then you can push up and back with your other hand on your elbow, feeling that stretch right through here. So go at your own pace, whatever feels comfortable for you. If it feels good to put your arm up a little higher, go for it. If it feels better to pull it down a little bit, then that's fine. The goal is to get a stretch across here, so pushing the elbow back this way should do that. 3, 2, 1, relax. Nice big deep breath. We're gonna reach up overhead, inhaling as we go up, and then exhaling as the arms come down. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. Thank you, and